Chapter 9. The second story, Baby Oysters and Fish. The story of baby oysters. Before telling this story to my little girls, I reviewed the story of the plants. This refreshed in their minds certain very important laws that they had learned in the first talk. This talk was given when they were about 6 and 8 years old. In studying the story of life among the plants, you will remember that we learned that in most plants the male and female organs of sex were in the same flower. Among the lower forms of animal life, we find both the male and female natures in the same animal. The oyster furnishes a good example. These little animals are surrounded with and fastened to a very hard and heavy shell. These animals live in great masses, and their shells are cemented together. Growing in this way, they cannot move about or mix and mingle with each other. The mother parts of the oyster produce little eggs, which are fertilized by a substance formed by other organs containing the father nature. The fertilized egg, when laid, floats off and becomes attached to the shell of some oyster on a nearby rock. Later, it hatches, and the little baby oyster forms about its body a hard shell that is made larger as the little animal grows. In this way, the little oysters come into the world. Among the oysters, we find the same laws that we found in the plants. That is, each baby oyster must have a father and mother, and the father and mother natures must unite. In the plants, the father and mother natures unite in a little seed. In the oyster, this union takes place in a little egg. When God made the fish, lizards, snakes, birds, and higher animals, he gave to one a papa, or male nature, with suitable sexual organs. To another animal of the same kind, he gave a mama, or female nature, with suitable female or sexual organs. In the plants, we find that the female sexual organs, the ovaries, produce little seed. We found that the male sexual organs, the stamens, produced a fine powdery substance called pollen. Among the animals, the sexual organs of the mother produces little eggs, and the sexual organs of the father produces a fluid called semen. The story of baby fish. Now we will study the fish. In the spring season of the year, thousands of tiny eggs are formed in the ovaries of the mother fish. When these eggs are matured, the mother fishes swim in large crowds, called schools, from the deep water of a stream, river, or sea to some shallow place that seems to them to be suitable for a nest or home for their young. The mother fishes lay their eggs in a mass of albuminous substance, like the white of an egg, that spreads out in a very thin sheet, holding the little eggs one in a place and close together. The father fishes swim along sometimes a foot, a yard or more behind the mothers, and expel from their bodies the semen that unites with and fertilizes the eggs. This special fluid of the male fish is formed by his sexual glands, called testes. In this way, the father nature unites with the mother nature to produce every little fish that comes into this world. Why the mother fish lays so many eggs. The female fish forms thousands of these little eggs in her body each year. The female codfish has been known to lay as many as 6 million eggs in one season. You cannot count as many in a lifetime. The reason why the mother fish produces so many eggs is that not one fish egg in 25, on an average, will ever hatch, and not more than 1 out of 25 little fishes ever grow to be an inch long. They have little or no protection, and they have so many enemies. There are hogs, turtles, crocodiles, and alligators, the ducks, geese, and other waterfowls, as well as most of the fish that feed upon fish eggs and small fish. That the streams, rivers, and seas may be kept supplied with an abundance of fish, God has planned for the mother fish to lay thousands of eggs. All baby fish are orphans. Most kinds of fish leave their eggs as soon as they are laid and fertilized and never see or know their young. There are a few male fish, known as game fish, which swim over and around the eggs until they are hatched to keep other kinds of fish from eating the eggs. As soon as the eggs are hatched, he leaves. In this way, all little fish grow up as orphans. They never know or enjoy the presence of their parents. The parent fish do not labor or sacrifice for their young, and for this reason, they have no love for them. Should they ever meet their young in the river or sea, they would have no way of knowing them or of feeling any sense of joy. Fish do not pair off. We found in the study of the plants that the seed were fertilized while in the pod or ovary. In the fish, we found that the eggs are fertilized outside of the mother's body. In nearly all the animals above the fish, the eggs, or ova, are fertilized while in the mother's body. There is no love between the male and the female fish. They do not pair off and live in families. Among all the spiders, lizards, serpents, many of the insects, crawfish, frogs, and toads, there is a tendency, at certain seasons, for the male to choose a female with a view to a home and family. But among all the animals we have named, many of the male and female animals part or leave each other as soon as the eggs are fertilized, and all the others leave each other as soon as the eggs are hatched. The love of the male for the female lasts but for a little time, while there is no love for their young after they are hatched. Before the young are hatched, some of their parents show interest in their eggs and make some provisions for their young when hatched. But this is all done before the young are hatched. The young all grow up as little orphans.